Hey everyone, welcome to some more Nomad Notes, and where we talk about all things related to the nomad life. And I'm Hugh.
And I'm Rachel. And 2 years ago, when we started on this nomad journey, our phone numbers was a big issue as far as what to do to keep our phone numbers.
Right. I mean, we started looking into this, and it was tricky. We saw our phone carrier had an international plan, but then we started reading all of the comments from people on different threads talking about, oh, well, after 90 days or 180 days or something, they were basically saying at a certain point the carrier cut them off because they weren't back in the United States.
It works for a few months, but after that,
Right.
forget it.
So it's good for short term, but if we're planning on long term travel, that's when we started looking into Google Voice, because it allowed us to have portability with our phone number. And we'll get into all the details and explain how it works for us. But it's a great solution.
Definitely.
So Google Voice is a voice over IP, it's a voice over internet protocol, VoIP service. VoIP services have become real popular in the recent decade, and it makes life easier in general. The thing that's nice about Google Voice is they have app that's really robust for Android and for iPhone. And you can also use Google Voice from the web. So on your laptop, your desktop, your PC, you can use Google Voice to send texts, to make calls. You can do all that stuff. As long as you have a microphone and a speaker, you're good to go.
It's handy dandy. We were trying to figure out a way to keep our home phone number so we didn't have to give our cell phone numbers out, like if we're signing up for something or that kind of thing, to keep the junk mail to a minimum. So Google Voice was a good option for being able to keep our original home phone number from 500 years ago when we first got it.
Yeah, and the key trick is
we look good for our age, don't we?
we can port cell phone numbers, mobile phones. You can port to Google Voice. You cannot port a home phone landline to Google Voice. So there is a workaround. You have to port your home phone to a cell phone. So we just got a Walmart,
Cheapy.
monthly plan cheap phone. Ported our home phone to that cell phone. Then you can port the cell phone to a Google Voice account. And now we have our home phone available to us for forwarding, for voicemail, for any of that type of thing, anywhere we go. Cell phones, we just both transferred our cell phone numbers to Google Voice so that they weren't attached to a physical phone anymore. The cost. So cost of a basic service, it's free. It's free, good?
If it's free, it's for me.
I'll take 3.
I'll take 3.
Yeah, so free is a good price. That's for all US-based calls. So if you're calling a US-based phone number, which if you're like us, you're from the United States, your family and friends are in the United States, it's where most of our phone calls go. So
I can call my mom anytime I want, or friends, or anybody from anywhere in the world back to the United States, and it doesn't cost anything.
yes.
I mean, come on.
And there is a rate for any overseas calls, but it's reasonable.
It is.
If you're in another country and you decide, oh, we want to order pizza or something, because you still want to do that sometimes. Maybe it's a rainy day or whatever.
Yep.
You can do that. It takes a little work, but that's less to do with Google Voice and more with figuring out international dialing.
Yeah.
Once you get the international code and the country code and all the phone number right, then yeah, you get it for a reasonable rate. There's There's a rate chart on Google Voice, and we'll leave links down in the description.
I do find it funny that I can call anywhere in the world, from anywhere in the world to the United States for free, but to call down the street to order a pizza costs me money. I understand why it does that. I just find that funny.
Yeah, I think the original idea with it is that you're in the United States and you're making calls within the United States,
Right.
but that's the beauty of it is
Working
VoIP lets you have that flexibility. Why is the VoIP service nice like Google Voice? Well, there's a lot of features that are helpful for us. If we wanted to have a cell phone plan at some point, which we haven't yet, but if we wanted to have a local phone that we could answer the calls and do things like that on, maybe a temporary phone, whatever, you can forward your phone number from the Google Voice account to another phone number. So if you have a temporary phone or whatever that you need for some reason, there could be any number of reasons, or for that matter, you don't have good coverage and you're in somebody's place and you can have calls forwarded to their phone number. The whole point is you can do all of that stuff. You can get emailed voicemails. So if you get a voicemail, you can actually get an email that alerts you that you have a voicemail. Mm-hmm. You can also get a transcription of the actual voicemail. Now, it's not perfect, but it's cool. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not horrible anyway. Some of the words, it's like any transcription. Sometimes the words aren't exactly right, but
close enough, you get the gist.
Yeah, exactly. You can understand sort of what's going on. And you can use it from your laptop.
I don't use that.
So, like, if you're sending an email to your mom and you think, you know what, it would be better for me to send a text, but you're already at the computer, and maybe you even started typing it, you can literally paste that into the Google Voice app, the Google Voice website on your laptop, and send a text message directly from the Google Voice website.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's pretty cool stuff.
Like I said, handy dandy.
Yeah. So as far as phone numbers go, it's pretty easy to transfer your mobile phone. It's all part of the setup process. You can also choose to get a new phone number. So if maybe you don't care about holding on to a phone number, or you're just trying to add something to your set of phone numbers for flexibility, you can do that. You just sign up, and it's associated with your Gmail or Google account. So if you, like in our case, we have our own separate Google Gmail accounts. And so we both used our Gmail address for our cell phone when we ported it over. Google Voice has been very helpful for us.
And has saved a decent chunk of change.
Yes, it has made it a lot easier for us to keep in touch. Obviously there's online chat methods and other things, and you can use other methods, but being able to have your traditional phone number still available to you, so that people that 10 years ago, 15 years ago got your phone number can still get in touch with you, even if they don't have your latest social media or whatever. That's really nice.
Very cool.
And especially if you're turning into a nomad from a, what is a regular person?
A normal, not nomad.
I don't know. If you're going from non-nomad to nomad, I don't know what the right word is there. But
homebody.
Yeah, if you're moving from homebody to nomad, then it really comes in handy to be able to keep your phone number and have the full flexibility that if you don't have a phone plan, if you do have a phone plan, if you have a home phone in the future somewhere else, whatever, you can always forward that number, or you can answer calls through the app on your phone.
Do people still have a home phone?
I know, it's kind of weird to think about. This is a slowly decreasing problem, the home phone part. Cell phone part,
I like it because then we don't get a bunch of junk on our cell phones as much.
The cell phone part is really helpful, though. If you change carriers and you're having to port your phone around and you're always having to say, okay, yeah, I want to port my phone and I want to change carriers, and then you change phones within the carrier. Every time you do that stuff, if you have Google Voice, it's a no-brainer. Like, you can have a new phone number with a new phone. It doesn't matter. You just forward, and you can actually limit the use and separate the use of that new phone number for how you want to. But you can still get your calls from that are going to your old phone number. So we'll have more content in the future on phone plans, data, how we deal with phone numbers. All of this is a big package.
Yep.
And we had to unpack all of it a couple of years ago when we started this journey.
Yep.
And so we're taking you step by step through what we did and what our process has been. This is the first part of the phone and data related part. If you have questions, comments, please drop them in the comments and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And please give us a like and subscribe.
Please subscribe.
We appreciate it because we're still a small channel and would like to grow. Until next time, happy travels. We'll see you.